What's up, everybody? This is Ozzie Carranza, the insurance dude. We are here shooting a Small Business Tuesday video with Dr. Ardy from Omid Dental. Uh,
Morning.
Me and Dr. Ardy came across through social media. I think it was through Instagram.
Instagram, that's right.
And we let him know what we were doing, with the Small Business Tuesday videos. And originally I thought, hey, I'm gonna help businesses with their, shoot videos for their social media. But this guy's actually, he's all over social media. You have your Instagram page,
Yeah.
Facebook, Google, YouTube, everything. He has his
Yeah.
own mural. And so he's, you got this down, but
yeah.
you believe in the idea, right?
Absolutely. So when you approached me, it was actually very refreshing to see someone with so much knowledge trying to give back to the community and help out. And it's a privilege of ours to be on your show, part of your program, and to kind of help build it, grow it together, and show people that there's the whole other side of social media that can be advantageous to the people and the businesses at the same time. So it's pretty cool to be a part of this.
Yeah, for sure. Well, no,
Yeah.
we're glad to have you here. And, I always think back in the day, marketing was all print,
Yeah. Door to door,
door to door,
flyers.
and it could still work, right?
Absolutely.
But,
Absolutely.
why not, like you said, why reinvent the wheel,
Exactly.
and you market as to what,
Yeah.
what's already out there and what's working for a lot of people,
I
right?
agree. I think the single most greatest invention is the internet. We're able to get information from this part of the world to the other side of the world in an instant. And so when you utilize that craft and that medium to be able to share knowledge, I think it's something amazing for the people that have access to it. So
You're starting to sound like Gary Vee, man.
I can throw in a little F-bomb there, and then we can become real big influencers, I think, if it works out.
There you go. So, we just talked a lot about social media, but tell us a little bit about yourself. Why dental office? Why dentist? Why put yourself through all that?
All the loans and 20
yeah.
years of school.
Yeah.
Well, we come from a long generation of dentists.
Gotcha.
Grandfather, father, brother,
Oh.
mother. We do have one brother that kind of cheated and went into veterinary, but he does clean dog teeth and does that stuff, so he didn't stray too far from us. But for me, dentistry, because it was very important for me to be able to give back. I enjoy kind of recreating smiles and allowing people that cover their mouth and have that insecurity to be able to smile and kind of be happy again.
Yeah.
So that approach of it's fun.
That's cool.
I very much enjoy business and psychology and things like that. So, one of the stigmas of dentistry is fear. You associate pain and discomfort, and that's why we're the Gentle Dentists on Instagram and social media, is because I want to change that.
Yeah.
I think if we approach kids and some adults that have that fear in a manner that suits them, psychologically, physically, mentally, emotionally, I can change that stigma about dentistry and make it a more pleasantful experience and kind of encourage them to restart and make that smile. So
That's
pretty much
that's amazing,
the
man.
gist of it.
So obviously it was when you were about to open shop or maybe a year before, this was all strategic as far as like, okay, this is gonna be my focus. I know people are scared of dentists. How can I?
Yeah, that was the main reason I went in. So for me, life, business, these things is like chess. You know, I always try to think 3 steps ahead to see, because when you have that vision, when you have a goal, if you don't set a goal for yourself, it's not that you won't be successful. It's that I think you'll reach the success at a later point in life. But if you think 3 steps ahead and you're like, well, what's my next move and what's the move after that? If I achieve this, if I go left, what's going to happen? If I go right, what's going to happen? And you kind of have an idea. Nothing's really a surprise and everything's kind of planned out, whether it goes good or bad. Because then you have strategy and you can kind of put yourself in a position to succeed.
It's business planning, right?
Yeah,
you plan.
absolutely.
If it's like they say, if you something about you, if you don't plan, you plan to fail or something like that. I forgot how the saying goes.
No,
there's
right.
so many sayings out there,
Absolutely.
but I think that's totally true.
So it's like yourself. You set yourself up with the right team members.
Yeah.
What you do is just as important. You are able to give people information on something that's so prevalent in the world today with insurances and protection and guidance and support. So for me, it's building this team, and that's why I was so happy to do this. Is because we need someone like you to kind of guide us with how we can better our protection for our patients,
Right.
for our employees, for the business owner, myself, and
Right.
this all encompasses a wholesome way to approach something to make it more successful. So it's very much a team approach as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I was excited when this idea had been in my brain for like a year. I just didn't know how to get it started, and we talked about buying a camera and doing this and trying to figure it out. And I'm not a video guy. I'm not
you're the insurance guy.
I'm the insurance guy, and
exactly.
so it just seemed too hard to get started. But I was just like, you know what?
Just
I have my phone.
Nike says it's best. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. And that's it. Just get started, and everyone starts from somewhere.
And interestingly, as soon as I started doing this, people are hitting me up. Hey, you need a new microphone, or hey, do this, do that. And I was like, okay, cool.
Absolutely.
I'll buy a microphone.
That's the feedback.
And so it's like I'm just kind of adding on. And
what's funny is people don't take that feedback; they take it as criticism.
Oh.
And the smart ones, and I think the successful ones, allow all this feedback, whether it's constructive criticism or even just criticism.
Yeah.
It's your approach. If you get criticized, you can take it two ways.
Right.
Take it negatively as they wanted to give it to you, or let them give it to you the way they wanted to, but you just take it as a positive approach. It's like, now I know what to do a little differently, and we'll set that negative person aside.
Yeah.
So I think all this feedback you're getting, you're doing wonderful. I think the camera's great. I think your microphone's great, and there's just improvement from here.
I appreciate that positive feedback. Now,
Absolutely.
you mentioned, you know other business owners, and you also want to help the community to help them get their information out. So, it's something that you kind of want to, you're not only doing this selfishly. It's like, hey, this is my business. I want to market my business.
Absolutely.
You also want to give back to the community, and I think that's where we kind of, we're connecting. Yeah.
Absolutely. So for me, again, it's all about a team. If we're able to, even if it's businesses that necessarily don't have something to do with one another, it's the members of that team, and it's those people that come together and can kind of build something together and help each other out. So for me to help your business or myself, for you to be able to help my employees with insurance needs that they may need, it all always comes together for the positive. I think if you're just able to just work with other people in a positive way.
Okay. So we talked a lot about social media, but we haven't really talked too much about your business. That's just a little bit of So you're in the city of Southgate.
Yeah, we're located on Atlantic and Abbott. Very fortunate to be in this area because of that we're able to service Downey, Linwood, Southgate itself, which is home, Maywood, and just a lot of our neighboring cities. And we have people traveling from miles out to come see us, which is makes me feel all fuzzy inside because I see that people were willing to take that drive to come all the way over here,
And you think it's because of social media? It's just kind of we don't have to get back into it, but
for me, I think if you provide good quality care, one of the things I pride myself on is if people want to kind of see what we're about on our page, is I like to explain things to patients. I like to take that 20 minutes and kind of let them know this is what you're going to do, this is what you're going to get, this is why you're in this situation. How can we prevent your problems instead of just keep fixing them, because preventing is better than fixing. So when you take that moment, I think that resonates with the patients, and that's why I've been so lucky. Some of these corporate offices are more like factories. You don't know your dentist, you hop in, you see someone, next, you're out.
I was about to say that.
I'm not a fan of that style.
Yeah.
To me, more of a family approach suits what I'm trying to do with my patients.
I was about to. Sorry, I was about to say that where there's times in the past where I've gone to dentists and it's kind of like you have the assistant, they kind of prepare you whatnot, and then they kind of mumble. So the dentist hops in, he's like, open your mouth, and you're just like, what's going on? And they're just like, somebody else will come and talk to you about your billing and figure it out with them, And so that's I think the approach that you're taking is awesome. It's great. So that, and I think that. Yeah, you're right. That's the reason why you have people coming back. You're gentle. You're gonna be gentle, and
that's probably the biggest part. Is, the gentle part. Yeah, take your time. So one of the cool things that we're doing is we do these extractions for patients, and we do it in a way, in a technique that I've kind of come up with that they don't even feel the tooth coming out. which is really cool. You guys can check it out. So we kind of take the tooth out. They have no idea it's out.
I think I
And
just saw that video.
we kind of just surprised them, like, hey, your tooth is out. They're like, what?
Wow.
Like, how did you take it out without me even knowing? It's what magic.
Yeah.
We call it dental magic. But yeah. So,
there you go. That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So we kind of make it fun for them too.
Yeah.
Kind of build on that whole approach for them to be comfortable and fun. And dentistry could be cool.
Yeah.
I know it's not the coolest thing in the world. I know there's a lot of cooler things.
Well, it's kind of like insurance.
For me, it's cool. Yeah, you know,
it's kind of like insurance.
Yeah, when you
like,
love what you do, you're gonna love that aspect. Of it as well.
yeah. I mean, how do you make insurance cool? How do you make dental work cool? It's like
this exact thing is what you're doing that I find value in it.
Yeah,
I respect it.
Yeah.
So so we do everything here now. We do implants. We do wisdom teeth extractions. The machinery that I brought to this place is of the high caliber that you're gonna see in Beverly Hills and all that places.
That's awesome.
So some of the machinery we have here is in the hundreds of $1,000s. It's like really cool stuff that what it does is very impressive. We can kind of see 3D renderings of your skull, of your bones, of your teeth, to know exactly the science of where we want to put this implant or how we want to take this tooth out. And having that here allows me to be able to do better quality care. So I think that's another reason why maybe people come out is because a lot of the offices, unfortunately, around here, whether they can afford it or not or just don't have it, they can't offer that to their patients. But once you are able to do this, and standard of care is way higher.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so that way you'll do better work.
And you set yourself to that expectation. I mean, and probably your employees. It's like, hey, this is what we have to offer.
This is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I'm going to teach you and make sure that gets translated, to every patient.
Absolutely.
And so that's another part of running a small business. You got to make sure your employees are they're preaching what you believe
and
in.
A lot of people have come and gone, and I think that's okay with businesses. I think a lot of businesses fear losing an employee because of time that's spent there.
Right.
I think that what you should think of is find out what your vision is, find out what your goals are, and what I do is I give them an opportunity to realize the vision that I'm setting forth. Yeah. And if they can, all the better, because I would love to build with the team that you have. Sometimes businesses understand that if a particular employee doesn't have that same vision and they're holding you back from bettering the place and bettering yourself, they may not be the right fit, So these are things that are tough things to go through, but necessary to go through in order to ultimately achieve what you really want for your clients, what I want for my patients, or what, another business wants for what they're doing. So those are things that I would always consider, and you can get help in these aspects as well. It's not necessarily something you have to learn on your own.
You have like small business.
Yeah,
like
there's so many beautiful things. I would say
Google.
YouTube.
There you go. YouTube. You have YouTube.
People don't. Where is this guy? You see this guy right here? This thing has served me well. Someone somewhere has taken the time to make that video, right? All you have to do is watch it, and it'll answer like 101 of your questions. And if you have more questions that form, someone else made a YouTube video for that
question,
and you can find it on that. So for me, the internet has been such a blessing because I just research.
Yeah.
Read a book, watch a YouTube video, and I promise you, there's almost nothing that you can't do.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So
instead of trying to figure it out, paying $1,000, $2,000 to go to some school to try. I mean, obviously we gotta go to school for stuff, but for like certain things, like people go to seminars, like spend all this money on seminars, which is fine. Yeah. But eventually, it's like you can only go to so many seminars to try to learn how to hire an employee or keep an employee or how to run a business.
And it's you got to
like
figure it out for yourself because that guy can tell you, but he's telling you from his perspective. Yeah. For you to understand it from your perspective, you got to kind of get in there and do the research yourself, make the mistakes yourself. Yeah. Another piece of advice I can give everyone is make mistakes.
Growing pains. You got to
make mistakes. Yeah. People try to avoid them. Yeah. I welcome mistakes because you don't learn from a success, you learn from the mistake. Yeah. And the more mistakes you learn, the more you're going to understand the both ends of what you made that mistake on, the good and the bad, so that when you approach that same issue at a different time, or maybe when even it's a more important time, when you're bigger and you're making more money and now your risks are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, you won't make that mistake then. You can make a mistake at the beginning. And that's another thing that
I think that's beautifully well said. It's people I think once I realized that mistakes are good, it's like it's over.
The game.
It changes the game.
It changes the game.
So But you know, we can continue talking and get into, you know, so many aspects of it. But I just wanted to, you know, thank you for having
me.
For just being here and believing in what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
And allowing me to come into your practice. Nobody, you know, you don't have to let anybody in.
No.
But it seems as soon as we met, we kind of just connected, and so I appreciate that.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
So once again, we are here at Omi Dental with Dr. Ardy. Now, can anybody come in and just take a picture?
You know, it's funny. People do come in. People do come in on their own.
Okay, so
I guess it's people are starting to see the wings, and they're like, "Hey, I'm not a patient of yours," and they just kind of like, "Can we take a picture?" Like, yeah, it's right in the back, and then they get.
I mean, should they at least get a cleaning or something?
You know, we offer them. You know, we offer them to welcome to the dental family, but I never try to pressure anyone. If they ever want to, our doors are open. We welcome new patients.
That's awesome.
One of the biggest things we're doing right now is free second opinions.
Cool.
I love to give information. I love to teach people. So. I encourage people to go to offices and get a first opinion.
Of course.
And it's okay. You can kind of just see what else is out there. And we have no pressure or obligation to start treatment. They can kind of see what else is going on. And if they like us, they're more than welcome to stay. If they just wanted our information and to stay at the office they're in, that's absolutely okay as well. My rule is if you find a dentist that you're happy with, stay.
Right.
No matter who it is.
Right.
If you're happy, you're truly happy, and you feel you're getting quality work, don't change.
Right.
It's okay.
Right.
But a second opinion, I think, is a very valuable thing for patients to get.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
good.
Same with you guys, I guess.
Well,
right?
same. Yeah, I'm always offering second.
So I gotta send you all my contracts so you can kind of see what I'm doing.
There you go.
You can educate me on that.
Second opinion. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, again, thank you so much, Dr. Ardy. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And
bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Once again, it's Ozzie with the Small Business Tuesday. Be on the lookout for the video this coming Tuesday. Thank you so much.